All right. Since we are live, welcome back, y'all, to another week, another episode of the No 304 Show. I am your host, 78 Sports TV. My brother Blu-ray, the good brother, will not be joining me today. He has some family issues to attend to. Um, but we're going to kick it tonight. We're going to kick it like players. We're going to hold it down. I'm gonna open up the panel and give a variety of different opinions. So make sure when we do that, make sure it remains respectful. Respect your fellow comrade, your fellow brother, and his opinion. You know what I'm saying? So let me scroll up and see what we got in the building. What we got up in here. The lovely love is the word is in the building. How you doing today, beautiful? Salute to you. Thank you for always coming through supporting us. Definitely appreciate you. Tiz Frank, what it do, family? DJ Zion Love, my brother. AB is in the building. Shout out to the homie AB and that super with the super sticker with the two-piece. Thank you, good brother. Came through early, blessing us on a good Friday. Salute. The homie Rod Neal, what it do, fam? I seen you kicking it with the family on Instagram. That's what it do. That's what it's all about. Hey, hold on one second, yo. Oh man, I just missed my homeboy called me. I'm gonna call him back. Call him back. Let me see here. We got Gabe Morris in the building. Emperor Walker, Imperial Walker, salute. My brother, why is it doing this, man? I can't stand this thing. Mr. Mont, what it do? The OG Mr. Mont in the building. Uh, 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 Nicholas Levy, salute. Sniper in the building, what it do, family? Homie DJ back in there. Tim TV in the building, what it do? All right, salute to everybody that's up in here. Appreciate y'all joining us, man. So the topic of today's show is should they legalize prostitution? Okay. Now this is a topic that I feel that the powers that be keep ignoring. I feel like society ignores this topic, but it's a legitimate question. We often hear about abortion rights and a woman's right to choose, and we hear people on one side say no man has a right to tell a woman what to do with her body. We hear that them say stuff like this is my body, my choice, stuff like that, right? And they talk about when it comes to abortion. Now, when it comes to prostitution, a woman being able to make a decision to if she wants to sell some goods and services for a small fee, right? What business is that of the government? I think this is a serious conversation here. What business is that of the government? Like too many people have gotten used to having their rights trampled on. Seriously, we have gotten used to the idea of the government telling you what you can and can't do with your own person. Okay, so basically, they already got it set up in like 38 states to where it's illegal to protest the politics of the country or the state of Israel, right? It's illegal in America, y'all. So they're go forget about all this freedom of speech and this free country stuff. It's illegal to criticize the politics of Israel, okay? And it's hidden behind some so-called anti-Semitic stuff and this and that. Everybody got used to this nonsense. Every president we got just bow down and kiss the ring of this country, Israel. They got like what 300 nuclear weapons or something like that. They the only country in that region for the most part with nuclear weapons. Iran ain't got nothing, but they didn't convince the world that Iran is some type of threat to the whole world's safety. This is just diabolical, but whatever, I digress. So now, when you talk about what you do in the privacy of your own home, right? So let's say hypothetically, right? Let's use me as an example. let's say I'm in some financial trouble, right? Let's say I gotta pay a bill. Let's say a mortgage. I gotta pay the mortgage, right? And the mortgage is like $1,200, and I got five. Right now, I'm stressing about this, but old girl across the street, my neighbor, she like me, and she got a couple of dollars she trying to spend, and she say, "Hey, I can help you out with that. If you know, I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine." You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm like, huh? What you mean? Well, if you come over here and knock the bottom up out of it, I'll give you, $700. Then that way you can pay your mortgage, and then I can bust one. Like, oh, that's okay. That sounds like a fair deal. You know what I'm saying? Boom. That's my choice. That's her choice. What does the government have to do with that? This is what I'm trying to figure out. What does the government, why should the government have any say so on what I do with this woman? If I'm not hurting her, what's up, Henry Insane? I'm gonna drop the link in a minute. What does the government have to do? Why should they have any say so in that? Too many people have gotten accustomed to just, oh, it's illegal. Well, why? Why? We already know people sell their bodies. We know this, okay? But what irritates me the most is when squares or people who are not in the know, let me just say that, ignorant people who are not in the know make the assumptions that girls are being forced into this lifestyle. That it's all, this is how they paint the picture. Some man is tricking or forcing, finessing some girl into selling her body, and she really don't want to do it. That's how the media portrays it. That's how society portrays it, right? But that's not what really happens. That does happen, but in very rare situations. Those dudes ain't respected in the streets. Listen, bro, anytime a man, you got any PI know, you ask him, anytime we see a dude forcing, holding the chick hostage, bro, that's you got to get away from me. Absolutely. We gonna stomp you out. Ain't nobody got time for that, bro. I support a woman's right to choose. You understand me? That means if I walk into it's been a few times I done walked into particularly on the West Coast. It always happened on the West Coast because there's some stomp down players out there in Cali. But like in Vegas too. Vegas got some too. But like it's been plenty of times I done went on little road trips back in the day, allegedly, and I had 4 or 5 of them with me, some baddies, you know what I'm saying? Some of them that, I'm trying them out. And then it's, hey, you might come home with one. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they didn't chose up on somebody else. I didn't kidnap them. You got to stay with me. You got to stay. No, they seen something else they like, and then they step to that. That's part of the game. That's how it go. See, it gets wicked out here when a man think he got to force a woman to do something against her will. That's disgusting to me. It's disgusting. The lovely love is the word said. Let me say this: aren't you paying for sex anyway? Even if you're married, marriage is a business like anything else, and that's what I'm saying. Love is the word. It's like this. Everybody pays for sex, whether you acknowledge you pay for it or not. If whether you pay up front in cash for the sexual transaction, or whether you pay and trying to keep this woman happy, buying her this, paying her bills, making sure she good with this and that, right? If you spending money, this is why a lot of dudes nowadays have resorted to just dealing with prostitutes, dealing with 304s because it's easier for them. You see what I'm saying? A lot of dudes say, okay, well, I can go see baby girl when I feel like it. She might be a dime piece of baddie, right? He go see her on payday. When he get paid, boom. When he feel like messing with her, he call her. She come see him. He give her $200, $300, whatever she requires for her services, and he knocked the bottom up out of it. He get his joint off or whatever, and then she gone. She going off to the next one. He ain't got to. Well, he not responsible for her emotions. He not responsible for how her day was at work. He not responsible for. She not holding him responsible as her caretaker. It's a wrap. He paid her. It's done. Now he done spent $300, right? And then the cool part about it is for him, for the trick, is if tomorrow if he want to mess with a different flavor, he can go mess with another one and pay that too, right? And guess what? Ain't nobody mad at it. The first girl ain't mad at it. Now he didn't just spend $600 this week and got to have relations with two baddies, or he could be in a committed relationship, right? And still paying. It's gonna cost him more than $600, and then you gotta put up with the she got an attitude today. Oh no, nah, you paying all the bills and she mad at you for some random reason. You left your socks in the bathroom. Stupid stuff, nonsensical stuff. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, a lot of men are making this choice. Now, what made me think about this topic in particular is because the other day I was talking to one of the homies who is he's over in Germany right now. You know what I'm saying? He went over there, you know what I'm saying? He was in the military a while ago, and he got out the military, and he went back over there. Now, I met him when I lived in Germany. I lived in Germany for about 5 years, right? Back in the day, because my father was in the military, right? So I lived in Germany. I lived in Nuremberg for a little while. I lived in this small spot called Baden-Württemberg, and I lived in Grafenwehr, right? Vilsek, all that stuff. Now, I met him over there, okay? And both our fathers was in the military. So we reconnected on Facebook about maybe 15 years ago. So we chopping it up and all that stuff. Now, he was in the military, and he ended up following his father's footsteps when in the military. So when he got out, he got stationed back in America. He retired from the military, got out, and then he went back to Germany. And what he was telling me, I was talking to him the other day, and he said, man, he said, yo, man, prostitution is legal over here. I said, word? He said, yeah, it's legal over here. He said, man, they got brothels. He said he go up in the joint, man, and they got like buildings. You go up in there, man, they got restaurants inside. It's like a hotel. He said, it's a building. From how he described it, he said, you walk in, it's like a hotel, right? And in the hotel, they got restaurants and nightclubs and stuff like that. They got different restaurants in the place, like a real nice high-end hotel, right? But then they got all these rooms, and different chicks stay in these rooms, and they choose up on you and welcome you to, hey, want you want to spend the night? You want to come holler at me for a couple hours? Hey, he said it's like man, a kid in the candy store. Y'all remember 1989, 1988, and grandma give you $1, and you go to the penny candy store? Oh, it's over. It's over. You know what I could do with $1 in the penny candy store in 1988? Fam bam. $1? Man, you listen, that's 100 pieces of candy. Unless I'm finna get some Reese's or something, they're gonna charge you like 5 cents. You know how that go. Or if you want them big fat Laffy Taffies, them was like 5 cents. You know what I'm saying? But regardless, you know what I'm saying. You a kid in the candy store. So he telling me like, oh man, you can do this now. I said, bro, that seemed like the life. But he said the only thing is, this is the politics though. He said, what's up, Rat since 91? What it do, fam? Escobar, what it do? He said that the politics is it's like the government, they legalize prostitution, but they hate on the pimping. The government is the pimping. So they trying to push the men, any man that's behind managing this woman, they trying to push that out the way so that the government can be the pimping, right? Now that's the same stuff they trying to do in like Nevada and stuff like that, and in Reno. They trying to like have female madams get down, right? They trying to penalize men and act like the girls is forced or something like that. Even Kamala Harris, when Kamala Harris was running for president, one thing she said that I absolutely agreed with was she said she wanted to legalize prostitution. Now this went under war. I'm like, nobody really talked about this, but she said she wanted to legalize prostitution. She wanted to make it safe. She wanted to decriminalize it. But this is the part that irritated me. She says that she wants to make it safe for the women and this and that, and like she was basically, it was some type of funny language she was using to basically suggest that to get rid of the pimps, right? But the government can be the pimping, but the girl can't have no pimp. So think about this now. If you legalize sex work, right, then why isn't it okay for a woman to have a manager? Somebody who get her clients for her, somebody who makes sure she's safe, right? Why wouldn't that be okay? That's okay in every other aspect of life. It's just that y'all know it's gonna be a whole lot of rich brothers running around out here in these streets. That's what y'all know. So now I'm finna play this clip because I'm finna play this clip because you know um, this is something that we gotta deal with here. Let me play this clip here because this is what's going on in Colorado right now.
From the Capitol, a controversial new bill has been introduced that would make Colorado the first state in the country, get this, to fully decriminalize prostitution.
So this bill would require the entire state to decriminalize commercial sexual activity among consenting adults, both for people who buy sex and those who would sell it. Jared Dean is live from the Capitol to break this all down for us. Jared.
And good morning. This bill was introduced on the Senate floor just last week on Wednesday. And it's been getting a lot of attention, a lot of traction. Maybe you've seen it online. There's been a lot of discussion about this. Now, it's not the first state to have rules regarding legalizing things like prostitution in some capacity. States like Maine and Nevada do have it legal, but with restrictions. We'll get to that later, but let's focus on Colorado for a minute here. The bill text for Colorado says criminalizing puts consenting adults in danger, adding keeping it illegal would encourage violence against sex workers. The bill separates human trafficking and commercial activity, saying decriminalizing consensual commercial sex would allow law enforcement to find traffickers or people exploiting sex workers easier. This bill would also prevent any local ordinances or laws criminalizing prostitution. The bill would, however, still keep in place laws criminalizing menacing or intimidating a person into committing commercial sex acts, as well as pimping. Now, here is a look at how Colorado would be different from states like Maine and Nevada, where prostitution is legal in some capacity. In Maine, selling sex is legal, but buying is not. And in Nevada, prostitution is legal, but only within licensed houses of prostitution or brothels. Some counties have banned brothels altogether, but in Colorado, it wouldn't be the case. It would be, a much more open. So this is something we're going to continue to follow all day, and of course, as the session continues, as this law moves its way through the legislature. We'll keep you updated. Live from outside the Capitol, Jared Dean, Fox 31.
All right, it certainly has a lot of people talking this morning, so we'll be checking in. Thanks, Jared.
All right, man. So, shout out to the homie Insane. What's happening with it, cuz?
Oh, what's up with it, loco? How you doing tonight, my nigga?
Doing good, bro. Just, chopping up on this, man. Trying to get everybody's opinion on this, man, because I see a lot of talk about legalizing prostitution, but just this is what they did with the weed. You know what I'm saying? It's like brothers was getting money with the weed for years, right? But then they turn around and legalize it, but they try to X the brothers out to where you can't get, now you need all these licenses and this and that, and they giving it to all them other people to how the dispensaries and this and that, and it's harder for the brothers to really get into that on the legal side, right? So the government is now the biggest weed dealers in the world, okay? But now they talking about legalizing prostitution, but they talking about pimping. First of all, listen, if you legalize sex work, okay, you're going to also give cast the opportunity to legalize what it is they do if they managing women. Now they can legalize this together, and everybody can be getting money like a family, how they is already, but just bringing it to the upfront. Just like if they was to legalize polygamy. We already know Cass is already doing polygamy in a bootleg way, but if you legalize it, people ain't got to hide in the shadows no more. But that's my opinion. What you think, Insane, about the legalization?
Well, the thing is, we have to understand is this: if the United States government can tax it, it can become legal.
For sure.
That's just for one. For two, we talking about prostitution being the earliest hustle known to man.
Hmm.
This has been going around before drug dealing, law enforcement, courts, anything like that. This has been the standout profession right here. When everything else, when all else scams and hustles fall off, this hustle will never fall off. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the way of the world, right? The
Right.
thing is this. The thing is this: when you legalize it, like in Reno, Nevada, when you got the brothels and things like that, it's legalized, but it's still an overseer over the women, right?
That's
The
right.
thing is, you need the pimping because pimping don't do nothing but respect pimping, right? So if you out there as a renegade, you out there pretty much by yourself. Anything can happen to you. You know what I'm saying? You can get kidnapped. You know what I'm saying? Found in somebody alley. You know what I'm saying? Who gonna come get you? Who gonna come get you if you get caught and locked up? You need the pimping for that. You need a man out there still to protect you. And this is what the pimping is. When you can't handle your financial situations the way you need to handle it, you know what I'm saying? Paying bills, paying rent, your baby need diapers, your baby need food. Throw her mom's a couple of $100 because she watching the baby, your baby sitting while you out here getting this paper like you supposed to be, whether you in the club or whether you in the streets. You always gonna need an overseer and you always gonna need the pimping with you because that's the guidance, right? Because if you put a woman out there premature, you know what I'm saying? The game ain't gonna show her no sympathy. You know what I
Sure.
mean? And that's what people have to understand. You're not just gonna wake up one day and say, "Oh, I'm about to sell some whatever." You know what I'm saying? Some Putang, and think it's you gonna be a gold mine. Because if you out there lacking, if you out there by yourself, if you out there with no management, somebody you gonna get approached. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully you get a P that's a hands off. You know what I'm saying? All conversation, but then you get them P's that'll lock you in a dog kennel. You know what I'm saying? You've been missing for months. You get what I mean?
Facts.
So by them legalizing it doesn't mean you shouldn't have a brain as a lady and think. A renegade hoe ain't gonna do nothing but fall off anyway. She needs some pimping, she needs some guidance. Just like if she was a woman that worked the job or a man's wife or a man's girlfriend, she's still taking guidance. So whether you call him a husband, boyfriend, baby daddy, pimp, it's all the same. It's just a different type of guidance that you bring to the table. And I'm gonna land it there.
Yeah, these are facts, and people hate that term pimp because of Hollywood movies and HBO documentaries and stuff like that. They sensationalize a lot of stuff, and people who don't really know what goes into that life. I like I said, I can count on one hand how many times I've ever seen a woman forced into doing anything. You know what I'm saying? The majority of every three or four I ever ran across was a woman who chose that lifestyle or was introduced into that lifestyle by her mama, her auntie, her sister, somebody like that. Then turned them out and put them in the game and showed, oh, you gotta help pay some of these bills. Oh, you gotta use what you got to make some money. So they, look, some little young homies, they be out here. They might get into selling dope. They might get into stealing. You know what I'm saying? Boosting cars, whatever. Little young street chicks, they do what they sell what they got. You know what I'm saying? They sell and it happens to be their body, right? But most of the time they're not being forced into that. That's some stuff. Now listen, when you talking about human trafficking, sex trafficking, listen, ain't nobody rocking with that nonsense, bro. Ain't nobody rocking with none of them weirdo dudes that's kidnapping chicks and keeping them locked up in the basement and none of that. Bro, it's people doing stuff like that, but I'm gonna tell you something right now. This just me. You tell me if you've seen anything different. From my personal experience, the only people that I know that do stuff like that on a consistent basis, they ain't black. You know what I'm saying? The people who I know or have heard of, they have been, I'm talking about trafficking chicks and all that kind of stuff like that. Them dudes are from other countries. Them dudes got connections in Europe. They got connections in South America. That's not Tyrone from the hood. There's getting girls from Guatemala and shipping them in containers over to China. Man, come on, bro. Come on. This y'all people. This y'all president and them cats messing around like that. This ain't none of the street dudes doing that mess, man.
Well, what we got to understand is this: the pimping was never physical; it was always a choice, right?
Right.
So when a woman chooses the pimping, you know what I'm saying, it's an easier ride. You know what I'm saying? Whether you get knocked for the broad later down the line or you keep the broad, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
The thing is this. She gonna do what she want to do regardless. So you got these little 304s out here that's just giving it away for no money, right? She fucking everybody. You know what I'm saying? Then when she get with some nigga with some game about herself, you know what I'm saying? And he put her in a situation to say, well, you know what? Hold on, let me go and get you right. You know what I'm saying? Get your nails, your hair done, and all that. Put you on the dress and put you in the right situations. You know what I'm saying? For we can do this for some money, and it can both benefit both of us. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get you out the hood and get you somewhere nice. You know what I'm talking about? Where where you ain't getting talked about, because we don't respect bros that give it away for free, but we gonna respect some real hoeing. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And that's all the way a 1000% fact. But what you said about the kidnapping and you know what I'm saying, the sex trafficking and things like that ain't never been a melanated man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We was always mouthpiece first. You know what I'm saying? If we can't get her mouthpiece first, you know what I'm talking about, then she ain't for me. You know what I mean? Because there's no better feeling, and you should know this too, because there's no better feeling when she come break you, when she break for you, my nigga, when she choose you, you know what I'm saying, and she pay a player fee.
Absolutely.
When she pay a player fee, you know what I'm saying, you sit back, you know what I'm saying, it don't matter what your trap probably be, you probably charge about 35 to 5,000, you know what I'm saying, up front, but whatever it is, when she break, that's the best feeling in the world. You know what I'm saying? That's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Because she didn't prove that she down, at least, So now I do want to talk about this too. So how, a woman's right to choose. Now, how do you feel about that? 'Cause I feel like it's hypocrisy when somebody say that a woman has the right to choose what to do with her body when it comes to abortion rights, but then when we talking about legalizing prostitution and how this woman should have the right to choose who she sleep with and if she gonna get paid for it or get some type of favor for it, the government ain't got nothing to do with that. But I think that I see a lot of people, especially the liberals and conservatives too. I see a lot of them faking the funk when it comes to that topic. How you feel about that?
So now we're talking about Roe v. Wade. The thing is this: while they're doing that about the whole abortion things like that, that's because they're not populating at a speed that needs to keep up with the rest of the world, right? In a couple of years, maybe 10 years from now, maybe 2015, they're going to be the minority, even though they already are. They're going to be effectively the minority then, because they're not reproducing, right? The thing is, like I said a little bit earlier, if you can't tax it, you know what I'm saying, the United States is going to feel like it's illegal because they want a piece of everything. It doesn't matter what it is. You can watch corn. You can watch Cornhub. They taxing every bit of corn that come out. You feel what I'm saying? So when you in Vegas and you in them brothels and things like that, yeah, they taxing for that. They tax it. You know what I mean? So, any state that legalized the selling of a woman's body, which she been doing anyway, you know what I'm saying, only wants to be able to tax. And trust me, when they do legalize it, you're gonna have to come register. You're gonna have to put a time card in. You're gonna have to show some type of statements and payments. You know what I'm saying? Because they gonna need they cut too. They didn't legalize it for nothing. Just like the selling of marijuana. They didn't make that legal for nothing. No, they can tax off of it and make money off of it.
For sure, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And then they and I'm gonna tell you, they doing some finessing, bro. Like out here in Wisconsin, they got like in a lot of different states, right? They don't got marijuana legalized, right? But they got it's a loophole in the law with that THCA stuff, right? So it's like it's still bud, you know what I'm saying? But they found a loophole to where uh, it converts into THC once you put fire to it. So it's THCA bud. So technically, if they test it, it's not gonna test positive for THC until you put flame to it. When you put flame to it and you smoke it, that's when it converts to THC in your body. So now, so that's the loophole. So that's been cracking out here for a minute. Right, and I didn't know the play. I'm like, bro, what? Because I was at the thing I hear. We got a thing called 7 Mile Fair, right? But it's like the swap meet out there, right? So it's like it's run by Mexicans and stuff. So I go down there and I'm like, yo, the white boys out here just literally selling bud out in the open. I'm like, hold up, dog. Like, this real? He like, yeah, it's real. He's like, man, here. He gave me a joint, a free one. I'm like, man, this can't be real, bro. And the police is around. So I'm like, bro, what the hell is going on? So I go outside and blaze. He said, yeah, man, smoking in if you like it, woo woo. So I go outside and blaze. I said, all right, man, look, this fire. But how I know the joint you just gave me wasn't some real bud, and this here is some old off-brand stuff, right? So we get to chopping it up. So he like, man. So I said, look, I'm gonna get a quarter from you just to see what it do, right? Just to see. You know what I'm saying? If it's legit, then I'm coming back. I'm still trying to figure out how this dude's selling bud. He ain't said nothing about THCA, none of that. He just, you know what I'm saying? So this is a white boy. He ain't giving me no game on it. So I smoke. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, this is fire. I tell the homies, yo, man, the white boy out here selling bud. Don't none of the brothers in the city know nothing about this, right? So I say, hold up, man. So then I went to the white dude. I asked him, I said, man, what's going on? How is you selling this wool? He giving me it's a loophole. He won't tell me the game though. So finally, I go to this smoke shop and I see a brother. He got some of it up there. So I'm asking him. He put me up on game. He said, look, man, it's a loophole. It's THCA, but woo, man. And then he said, man, look, man, you can get the pounds of this stuff for dirt and woo, but it smoked like bud, like regular bud. Man, bro, first thing I did, I checked the laws, and first thing I did, man, was order like 10 pounds of that shit. I ordered like 10 pounds from a reputable website, you know what I'm saying? And I paid like, I don't know what, like $500 a pound or something like that. I don't even know what I paid. But I think I might have paid like $4,000 for 10 pounds or something. Got that stuff out here, and boom. And when it sold it in bulk to smoke shops and stuff like that, made about $8,000. So I doubled my money in one day. Just sell. I said, so I was doing that. Then guess what they did? Guess what the city did? Now they state talking about passing a law to ban it. Now because niggas making money off of it. See how they do? Diabolical.
See, every time when the brothers get a hold of it, the play already burnt out when we get a hold of it, right? And that's pretty much anything. Now the thing is this, per se, they did make marijuana legal in your state. You know how many cases they had to overturn that had to do with weed convictions?
Mine, they got to overturn my shit.
In California on the West Coast, when them cases, I mean, when weed got legalized, they had to overturn so many cases, like over so many cases to where you can have up to 100 pounds of weed. You know what I'm saying? And your cases was getting overturned. Niggas was getting out of the feds, out of the pen and all that. They want to regulate and control everything. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to anything that you can make money from, they want to regulate it. From the sale of prostitution to marijuana to anything, you know what I'm saying? They want to tax it. They want they cut. And once you understand that, then you will understand the government and how they work. You know what I mean?
Right. Now how this make this make sense? They say in the state of Maine, it's legal to sell sex, but it's illegal to buy sex. Now what the hell? What? Now see, this is the type of mess I'm talking about. They got laws like this made specifically so that they can pick and choose who they want to criminalize. See, just like okay, we know crack is illegal, right? Right? It's illegal to have crack, smoke crack. That's all illegal. But why the Arabs in the gas station at the corner store selling crack pipes? So how is it legal that they selling crack pipes, but it's illegal to possess crack? I'm like, bro, this is diabolical.
Because they say it's not a crack pipe, they're saying something else, and then when the junkie get it, it's a crack pipe to them. They'll turn it into that. But the thing about that is this: it's always a catch-22 with these folks, right? So your best thing is this: just don't let them catch you buying it. You know what I'm saying? Because a woman is always for sale. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who she is. A woman always got a breaking point, right? And it's for the chicks that want to get in the game. You know what I mean? If you want to don't never just dive head first into the game, right? Don't ever be no renegade, right? Give us some strong pimping, somebody that you can, you know what I'm saying, tolerate and build a empire with. You know what I'm saying? Just don't come in the game lackadaisical thinking that you're going to make $1 million overnight. It take time and patience. You know what I'm saying? You got to advertise yourself. You know what I'm saying? And for the chicks that's ran through or whatever, you know what I'm saying? There's a place for you in the game too. But trying to offer like $250 $250 for that right there. That's a little ran through, baby. You got to start charging 100. You know what I'm saying? Or you supposed to have good skills with your mouth and other places on your body. All I'm saying is this. You know what I'm saying? Don't jump in the game prematurely. Always get some guidance. You know what I'm saying? And always stand next to some strong pimping. You know what I mean? That's to the ladies that want to get in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Because without, I know y'all been told something else, but ain't no money in that renegade stuff, man. First, only renegades I ever seen be successful was ones that was with some strong pimping for years, and they learned the game, and then they went off on their own if something happened to the P or something like that. But I ain't all these other chicks that be out here by themselves doing this and that. They might make plenty money, but they ain't got no guidance, no structure, so they end up busted and disgusted. You know what I'm saying? How you going to Dubai, you coming back with 15, 20,000. You know, we know what you did over there. You know what I'm saying? Next week you got dirt underneath your fingernails and got mismatched socks on. You know what I'm saying? And you buying little leggings from the beauty supply store. You busted and disgusted. Like, what's going on? What you know what I'm saying? What happened to the 15 G's from Dubai? Now you got your hair in a ponytail and you at the beauty supply store? Like with the leggings? This is diabolical. So, you know what I'm saying? Like they waste money. They waste money going on trips, flossing, turning down money, turning down the tricks who you got on your phone who really rock with you. And these dudes is spending money you know this dude get paid every Friday and you know he want to see you, but you so arrogant now, you ain't got no structure. You putting money off to go kick it with your friend and putting him on the back burner. He finna go spend that money with somebody else, goofball. What is you doing? Now if you had some structure in your life, you would have a planner. Your pimp is gonna say, hey, go take care of your business, bitch. Then you can go and hang out with your sister and go, you know what I'm saying, all this and that. Go get this money first. Because the money is what's going to take, we're going to get these bills paid and take care of. You can't ever put no money on the back burner to go be up in somebody else's face smiling and grinning. This is ridiculous. Man, there's so many little young chicks I had to get that game to, bro, because they all goofy. They all thinking that same way. I'm like, yo, my man, this is back in the day. I'm like, yo, my man said he just texted me and said you ain't show up. Oh, I meant to call you. I'm gonna go over there and talk to him probably in like 2 hours because I had to run by my sister's birthday party real quick. And I'm like, yo, who the fuck is you think you talking to? This nigga got 5 G's. And you talking about you finna go dance and drink with him up? Bitch, that money ain't finna be waiting on you forever. What kind of what you think this shit is? So
right.
I had to go send another motherfucker down there. This is back in the day, of course. I sent another motherfucker down there. Like, bitch, you fucked all the way up. You ain't getting no money from me.
I hope you handled your business as you're supposed to with that situation. But the thing is, that you say that, right? And it's to the young pimping that's just fresh in the game, right? You got to understand, man, your broad is a reflection of you, right? When you say something, your broad supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, in accordance with what you're talking about. Your broad supposed to know the play, you know what I'm saying? Whether she get pulled over by the police, she go to jail, you know what I'm saying? She supposed to say she out here renegading, you know what I'm saying? She don't know nothing about the pimping, right? Like I say, what you put in the broad, you know what I'm saying? It's like what you put in Kool-Aid, you know what I'm saying? You can have the water, right, in the jug, but you got to put the Kool-Aid in there with the sugar and mix it up, you know what I'm saying, for it can taste good. And what I mean by that is that's the way you give a bitch the game, right? Because it's a lot of them out here boneheaded, you know what I'm saying? Like my man just said, she blew a $5,000 trick. Now I'm about to put my, you know what's going on. So let me pass over that. You know what I'm saying? So like I say, when you giving these bras instruction, you know what I'm saying? You give them the proper instructions from day one. You know what I'm saying? And just hope you ain't got no punk faggot broad. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of you got a lot of bras that'll fag off on you. You know what I'm talking about? But if your game is strong and you teaching them how to, you know what I'm saying, do the things and hit the cuts and get the tricks and do what they supposed to do, you know what I'm saying, get in and out of there and be respectful, you know what I'm saying, you will have a top-notch bitch, and that's what you can become, you know what I mean, under some right strict guidance, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's to the young pimping out there, man, that's fresh in the game, got their toe in the game and want to get in the game, you know what I'm saying? You can send any broad, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to understand that you the prize in the situation, you know what I'm talking about? The pimping is knowledge, you know what I'm saying? And every broad needs that. That's some free game for the young pimping.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, yeah, you know, that little particular 304, man, you know, she didn't make it. She didn't make the cut, you know what I'm saying? because the broad thought she was, I don't know, her priorities was all messed up. But me personally, I'm not finna be dealing with no type of goofball like that. Like you's a goofy. You know what I mean? You wanna go hang out with your sister and you wanna go dance and sweat, go ahead and enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna send somebody over here to get this money and we ain't finna deal with you. You know what I'm saying? But they always try to come back after a while. They get to, hey, I was wondering if I could come see you. I want to apologize. Hey, I was wondering, no, it's too late. You already showed me your hand. You know what I'm saying? So, now that once you show me who you is, I got to believe you. You know what I'm saying? And I don't believe in giving second and third chances, all that, especially when you fucking up my money. Can't happen that way.
And that's a fact, right? But we was always taught, and you was taught the same thing that we was taught, right? We always keep the door open, right? Because when she come back, she better have a fatter sack for me, you know what I'm saying? And the fee done doubled, you know what I'm saying? So you, like I said, your fee might be 3,500, you know what I'm saying? Now it's 7,000 to get back in the door, you know what I mean? Now you got to start from the bottom and work your way up to the top, you know what I mean? So I'm always gonna leave the door open, you know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna leave the door open for a bitch to always come back. But the thing is, you know what I'm saying, and we all know the game is this, man. The broad got to come pay your pimping, man. No matter what, she got to come pay your pimping. And sometimes you do gotta what's way I cannot word this, right? Sometimes you gotta discipline. You know what I'm saying? You gotta discipline. And I'm gonna just leave that with that. You know what I mean?
Well, that's that's it's different ways of discipline for the people who might be listening. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, my way of disciplining back in the day was to because I understand I'm a prize. I understand that my knowledge is a gift to these bras. You know what I'm saying? I done helped some of these chicks do so much stuff with their credit and all kind of stuff, man. You know what I mean? Got businesses in their names, got all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? $25,000 credit cards. You know what I'm saying? We going shopping and maxing them out. I done gave them all kind of information, but my discipline is removing that knowledge from them. You know what I'm saying? I remove that knowledge from them. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing I'm not gonna do is get caught up in no physical confrontation with no broad. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I was in the hotel with a bitch one time, right? And this little broad, man, this is, and I'm man enough to admit this. You know what I'm saying? When I was younger, I'm in the hotel with the broad, and the little broad had me going a little bit because like she was real. She one of them slick talking hoes. You know what I'm saying? The broad was like really into the ism. You know what I'm saying? But she was used to gorilla pimping. She was used to that, and that ain't my style. You know what I'm saying? I'm a wordsmith. You know what I'm saying? I know how to talk to you. So I'm more of a psychological guy, but she liked that gorilla pimping, the hands-on physical stuff, right? So she kept like testing me a little bit, right? And I saw for a split second, you know what I'm saying? I saw myself changing into what she wanted. I seen that. And now, mind you, I'm a young nigga. So I slapped fire at her, gave her what she looking for, right? And then you know what she did?
As you should.
hey, you know what she did? So when I slapped fire at her for acting the fool, you know what I'm saying? This broad in the hotel says, now mind you, it's like 1 a.m. She said, ah! I'm like, what the fuck? Bro, I said, yo, this at this moment, I got a choice to make. Either I'm gonna go finish this broad, or I'm finna cop a plea real quick with this broad, because this is diabolical. The hotel people call the room. They say, hey, what's going on? We got calls and screaming. I said, oh, Master TV and blah, blah, blah. Oh, no, we're going to call the cops. I said, so this bitch in the background talking shit. I'm like, bitch, you talked all this tough ass shit like you a stomp down trill asshole, and you talk all this shit about what you want from the pimping and this and this and that, and now you fucking cry. Bro, I couldn't believe it. I said, never again. I said, no, I ain't letting no bro ever change me, bro. So I finessed my way through that situation, and I couldn't wait. Soon as I got away from that broad, nigga, I never spoke to that broad again. I said, no, this bitch just tried to. That's a broad who had you locked up. That's a broad right there that had you all the way locked up, homie. Yeah. She pulled some shenanigans. You know what I'm saying? I'm just glad it was at the hotel because ain't no telling what would have happened if we had been in the crib somewhere and she, you know what I'm saying? I might have got loose on her. Like, girl, you better down somewhere. You wild.
You know it, man. You know, I'm low key sorry that you had to go through that, but we all take stumbles and falls, right?
Yeah,
My daddy taught me because my daddy gave me the game. You know what I'm talking about? No, I think that he was the my best advisor ever. If I say he's my advisor, right? I wanted to get him on the phone, you know what I'm saying? If he could spit some ism, but he didn't answer, right?
right.
But the thing is this though, I just got some free game. For the other dudes out there, you know what I'm saying, that's halfway pimping, you know what I'm saying, got they foot halfway and the halfway out. We call them boyfriend pimps, right?
Right.
Per se this, you know what I'm saying, you got a broad, maybe two, you know what I'm saying, you mess with two broads at one time and they work good jobs, you know what I'm talking about, and they coming to pay you. That's a form of pimping, man. When you
Yeah,
got your broad working over 40 hours a week or whatever, both your broads, you know what I'm saying, doing what they supposed to do on the work front, you know what I'm saying, they ain't laying on their back for somebody else. But anytime a broad come break for you, that's a form of pimping, man. You know what I'm saying? So you can either do it the street way or you can just have a gang of bros with good jobs, you know what I'm saying, dropping them off to go cash that check and break yours off, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? And they all know about each other. So for the dudes that's not ready to put a broad out there because your heart ain't cold enough, you know what I'm saying, or you ain't got enough game for a broad like that. Because what you have to understand is when you're dealing with a woman of the street, a woman of the night, that's a female dragon right there. She got a snapdragon mouth, right? She'll
yeah,
talk to you about your soul if you let her. You
yeah.
know what I mean?
For sure.
She'll run circles around you, right? But when you get you a little you know, a little square broad, a little dingy broad, you can kind of run circles around or whatever, and she got a half-ass job or whatever, she a little nurse, little doctor or whatever, a little lawyer or something, you know what I'm saying, in your game, right? And she breaking yours off. That's a form of pimping, man. And I just want to congratulate you for you know what I'm saying, breaking her like you supposed to. And I'm gonna land that there. That's free game.
Yeah. But like I said, man, on the internet, man, dudes ain't go never keep it 100 like we is. They ain't gonna never admit to what they actually doing because they too busy simping and playing games with these broads and trying to pretend like I don't know, these niggas want to be Billy D. Williams or something on the internet, you know what I'm saying? And they lower their tone when they talking and then they start simping and I cry when I watch Boys in the Hood, and I shut up, nigga. Right? Nobody got time for all this nonsense. But regardless, when we looking at this back to this topic, man, about legalizing prostitution, I think it should. And I tell people all the time, I don't got no shame in this situation. That I come from a family that was involved in that lifestyle. I came up in that lifestyle. My great grandmother was a madam. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? A madam and a 304. You know what I'm saying? And that's our family. That was our family hustle. That's how we built our family wealth. You know what I'm saying? So people can say whatever the fuck they want to say about her. That woman owned 26 properties, 20 properties, and then passed it to my grandmother, who owned 26 properties, who passed it to my daddy, who passed it to me, and then so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? We all landlords and own shit, and they all come straight out of bitch ass. So I don't give a fuck what a nigga say about me. You know what I'm saying? Why, you know what I'm saying? Why you talk shit about me while you going to punch that clock? That's what you do. You know what I'm saying? But regardless, this is a sensitive topic for a lot of people, but I feel that prostitution should be legalized. You know what I'm saying? It should be because this is somebody's body, their own body. You can't tell somebody what to do with their body. The government has no place in your bedroom. As long as you ain't hurting no children, you ain't forcing nobody to do nothing, two consenting adults should be able to do what they doing in their room. That's not nobody else's business. You see what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it. You know what I mean? Because if most people doing it anyway, they just ain't admitting it. You know what I'm saying?
I second that, cuz I second that, you know what I'm saying? It definitely should be legalized, but like I said a little earlier, don't get out here, you know what I'm saying, on the renegade tip because they don't legalize something. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, on that track, the game can still go wrong for you if you're not out there with no proper guidance. You know what I'm saying? A proper instruction and a proper manager that's out there respected. Because pimping only respect pimping. You know what I'm saying? And that's around the world, across the globe. You know what I'm saying? A hoe just another hoe. You know what I'm saying? But if you's a hoe, and you know what I'm saying, you up under some strict guidance, you know what I'm saying, some proper guidance, you know what I'm saying, the game is gonna respect you as it needs to be respected. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you know what I'm saying, I definitely agree that prostitution should be legal, you know what I'm saying, in all states, maybe even around the world, you know what I'm saying, because it's her choice, her body, you know what I'm saying, that what she do with her money after she do what she did with her body ain't the government's business anyway. And I get you that.
Big facts. K Mac, the homie in the super chat with that 5-piece, appreciate the love, brother. He said they legalized same-sex marriages and all that trans stuff, but not the ism. Well, because like we hinted at earlier, it's because of who gonna profit off of it. It's gonna be a whole lot. They legalize prostitution. They can say they banning pimping all they want to, but it's nothing illegal about. This is why when I was doing my thing, I got all the legal paperwork done so that I'm a legitimate adult entertainment manager legally. That's legally what I do. So when these goofy broad tried to accuse me of being a trafficker and all this type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? And she went and told the police all this craziness, and they came and raided my house and took my laptops and computers and all this stuff. They was shocked. They was mad when they seen all the legal paperwork. And they seen that I had contracts with all these girls. You know what I'm saying? They was mad because they thought I was just some dumb nigga. They thought they had me. And I'm like, no, this is all legit. I do adult films. I'm a manager, and this is woo. They was mad. They couldn't do shit. And the detective told me, he said, man, you smart. He said, I'm glad you got all this stuff, man, because the stuff she was saying, man, woo. That's why I was riding so hard for Diddy. I don't, bro, it ain't about him. Fuck Diddy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, dude. I don't even like dude, to be honest with you. But the fact that I seen so many people lying on the dude and just making up allegations and talking this craziness, bro. I had a broad saying the same stuff about me. You know what I'm saying? And people like, bro, that's you don't understand how that feel, bro. Like niggas who ain't never been lied on don't understand how that feel to have somebody making up shit. They mixing some truth with a whole bunch of fabricated lies. And that's dangerous. That's called tricknology. See, if I tell somebody half truth, right? You say, hey man, he be in hotel, 70 be in hotels with plenty of girls and shit, and they be in there naked, they be doing this and that, they got baby oil. That's all true. But then if you throw in some shit like, yeah, he kidnapped one girl from Mexico and Peru, and he sold it to a dude in Egypt, and you're like, what the fuck? What the fuck this shit? What is this bullshit? So now the police got ciphered from what's real and what's fake. Now, if it's any truth to what this person is saying, now it make it look like all the other stuff is true. And that's the shit they were doing with Diddy, and that's what pissed me off. I can't rock with that kind of nonsense, man.
No, I totally understand. I totally get it. You know what I'm saying? That's why 50 Cent running around here hot right now. You know what I'm talking about? Because he didn't have enough ism to see what his brawl really was. But like I say, anybody that's ever getting into this game, you know what I'm saying, ever gonna touch this game, always have your paperwork in order. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got your paperwork in order, always have a sufficient stash. You know what I'm saying? Bail money and lawyer money already ready. But if you get your broad the proper knowledge, you wouldn't have to worry about none of this. Because you know what I'm saying? If your game is good, the bitch gonna follow everything you got going on, everything you talking about. You know what I'm saying? She gonna be like a computer. She gonna suck up everything that you tell her. You know what I'm saying? And she gonna do it as she told. But that's if your game right.
Yeah. But you still, even with that though, man, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna help you. But fully 100% trusting them bras nowadays, man, police got a way of getting them motherfuckers to flip. And one of the homies, Pimpin' K, man, they gave that man football numbers, bro. I was locked up with him. And they charged that nigga with white slavery. Never even heard of that shit before. White slavery. That's some shit on the books. They say.
Oh yeah, that's a real thing. That come with pimping and pandering.
Yes, sir.
You better believe it.
Man, they got the homie, bro. I told this story before. He now he was out there. He had pimped on some shit before. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't like no real deal. He was like a boyfriend pimp type nigga. You know what I'm saying? But what ended up happening is he ended up meeting. He was staying at this hotel. Him and his girl had got into it. So he went to this hotel, and across the street from the hotel was a truck stop, right? And it'd be them lot lizards out there. So the little lot lizard bitches was staying at the hotel. So they out there, Pimp K out there smoking this shit, you know what I'm saying? Out there at nighttime smoking, they see him, little white girls come over, they want to smoke with him, they want to drink. He take them in there in the hotel, he get to putting some ism on them and shit, and they like, yeah, we, you know what I'm saying, we ain't, you know what I'm saying, we need a pimp, we ain't got no pimp, we need some guidance, and we need it. They choosing up hard. So he like, shit, I hit the jackpot. So he's sitting in the hotel. They was already working that hotel now, right? So he like, fuck it. So he starts sending them. They working the lot across the way, and they bringing him back the money and shit. So he taking care of everything. Man, he had them hoes for 3 days, bro. 3 days, and the police catch the little white girl, and they flat out told the white girl, look, we gonna, and turned out the white girl was young. She was underage. I think she was like 16 or something. And then one of them was at least, and she was a runaway. She had ran away from home for whatever reason. He didn't know none of this. But the broad told, the police told her, look, if we want your pimp, you know what I'm saying? We know you don't want to be out here doing this and doing that. We ain't gonna charge you. We want your pimp. Tell us who your pimp is. And then we'll drop your charges and this and that. Man, them hoes sold the homie up the river. He had them hoes for 3 days. And that nigga got 45 years in prison for 3 days of pimping on some white bitches, man.
See, that's the crazy part, right? You know what I'm saying? Because that's why, these pimps forget to ask for IDs. You know what I'm saying? That's the most important thing about the game.
That's the first thing I do, bro. Bro, if I showed you when you come out here, right, for the meet and greet, you gonna crack up laughing, bro. I'm gonna show you, bro. I got a phone full of IDs, bro. I got a phone full of motherfucking IDs, dog. Old ones too. I keep them shits on deck. Hey,
all right. So when you out there, you definitely got to ask for the IDs and things like that. But he needed to sit them bitches down. You know what I'm saying? Explain to them hoes, like, when you get locked down, bitch, you ain't gonna do nothing but 72 hours. But bitch, I'm gonna come bail you out before the 24 is up. You feel what I'm saying? Right. But this is a misdemeanor. You know what I'm saying? Just in case from where you at, in Nevada and in Cali, it's just a misdemeanor. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna break it down to solicited. That ain't nothing to the football numbers that I can get. You know what I'm saying? So he lucky he even got 45 years because that come with a life sentence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They not playing with the pimping, you know what I mean? Because you know what I'm saying, it's always a sucker ass judge, you know what I'm saying, that got feelings for the bitch, or the DA that got feelings for the bitch. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's always gonna be a problem.
Yeah, they told, listen, man, we locked up one night. We in the motherfucking pod, and so Pimp K, he talking to the door and shit, because one of the other homies, he was finna get out the next day. So this is the funniest shit I ever heard in my life, man. He finna get out the next day. So Pimp K, he just got sentenced, so he know he finna do 45, but they just ain't sent him up north yet. So he's sick with it, right? So he asked old homie after this, hey man, bro, you getting out tomorrow, man? Congratulations, man. What you gonna do when you get out, man? He said, how long you been in here? Dude said, I've been in here for like a year and a half. So Pimp K said, man, what you gonna do when you get out? Dude said, man, to be honest with you, man, I'm finna go get me a pistol, and I'm probably finna go rob something to get some money real quick. So Pimp K said, yo. Pimp K said, nigga, he might as well leave you in here. Let me go the fuck home, nigga. What the fuck? He said, bro, this nigga finna go rob something. He getting out, but I'm locked the fuck up. It's diabolical.
You know what? That's crazy, man. But I'm going to get out of here 7-8 because it's always a treat. You know what I'm saying? A chop up game with some real macking, man, and some strong pimping in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Especially to give some of these lames some free game. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, brother. I appreciate you, man.
But the next time we got to do this on Patreon because you know what I'm saying. This game ain't for free.
So we can cook for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. Well, all right, cuz. Enjoy your night, Crippin'.
Hey, you too. Holla at you,
yeah.
Hey, man. Thank y'all, man, for joining us, man. And shout out to the homie Blu-ray. Blu-ray couldn't join us tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? Blu-ray got some stuff he dealing with. and he'll come and inform y'all about that later. But salute to y'all, man. Thank y'all for joining us. Thank y'all for the support of the channel. Make sure y'all share this video and hit the like button, because I've been noticing the likes been kind of shaky, man. The likes been real shaky on the No 304 show, man. So when y'all don't hit that like button, man, YouTube don't put us in the algorithm and share this. What y'all getting is genuine content from people who got real life experience. We're not talking from theory. We're talking from personal experience. So it's only a few people on YouTube who can offer y'all the information we're giving you. Only a few, a handful, maybe about 15 people. The rest of these jokers just be on here talking, putting on suits and ties and copying Kevin Samuel. Don't know what they be talking about in real life. So, man, appreciate y'all support. Share the video. Tell everybody about the channel, man. We're going to holler at y'all in a minute. Y'all have be safe this weekend. Peace to the family. Deuces.